Okay, so our old microwave bit the dust. The thing was only a couple years old, so I had to replace it. And unfortunately, the old microwave was it was one of those, air fryer, convection oven microwave things. And we never used any of those functions. The only thing we ever used was the microwave. So this time around, I bought just a plain old microwave. Well, over the range, microwaves are pretty much a standard size, except for, of course, the one that I replaced. It was a little bit bigger. So as you can see, there's a 1/2 inch gap at the top. Now, I could have put this 1/2 inch gap at the bottom, and I don't know, might have been all right. I don't know if you'd have been able to see it or not, but obviously you'd run into problems with the tile that, stops. And so I chose to put the gap at the top. And now I got to fill this in. And I have a piece of trim that matches this left over from when the kitchen was done. And I'm gonna make that trim fit in that spot. At least that's my plan. So that's what I'm doing right now. So in order to fill in that gap, this is what I'm going to use. This is about 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to have to trim this down somehow. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that. I don't have a joiner or a planer or anything like that. I do have a table saw, but that is an absolute nightmare to get to because it's buried right there. And try to get that out is just, yeah. So I'm gonna figure out a way to trim that down. In the meantime, I got this. I got this. I got this piece of 1/2 inch plywood here. It's about 1/2 inch thick, which I think will be just enough to fit in between there. And then what I'll do is I'll trim that piece of trim. I'll trim that piece of trim. Yeah, that makes sense. Down, and then I'm gonna nail it to this, and then the whole thing will slide in. And I'm just gonna keep it loose, I think. I'm gonna keep it loose in there so I can slide it out when it comes time to replace that microwave, because apparently those things are garbage, like most appliances nowadays. And you gotta replace them every couple of years. So that's my plan. Let's see what happens here. By the way, if you don't know what this thing is, this is a piece of aluminum that I bought. It turns a circular saw basically into a track saw. It gives it a nice edge to ride along to make a nice straight cut. So yeah, it's pretty handy. Even if I could get my table saw out, This makes life so much easier. I hear an eagle making a heck of a lot of noise somewhere. I don't see it though. Alright, let me get my saw. Alright folks, are we ready? Of course I'm all wrapped up in the cord here. That's nice. Alright. Alright, here we go. Alright, there's that. Now let's see here. Next is I gotta cut that to length and then see if it's gonna fit inside that gap and then take care of the next thing. Alright, so let's I think we're done with this for now. I think I'm gonna rip anything else, but maybe I'll use it for that little trim piece. I'm sure that'll be lousy. I don't know. Let me, as you can tell, I'm figuring this out as I go along, so bear with me here. Okay, so I cut that, I tried to fit it in. Apparently the cabinets are not cut or not hung exactly plumb. Go figure. Man, I'll tell you what. You hire professionals and you expect them to do a better job than you, and then when they don't, so frustrating, you know? So anyway, I gotta cut this because I measured at the bottom of the cabinet, and at the top where this slides in, it's a little bit, it's about 1/8 of an inch off. 1/8 of an inch. That's not insignificant, I can tell you that. A little more than a kerf of the saw. Now let's see what this does. Okay, I'm going to cut little fill-in pieces that go down the side of the cabinet there. I want to do that just so that just kind of tightens everything up. I'll give a little more support. I don't know that I need to, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I glued that together, as you can see. And once that glue is dried, I'll slip it in the top of the microwave, and that should be that. That's my plan. Hopefully this all works out. Okay, that's what it looks like, all fixed up. Can't even tell. Like I wasn't even there. Huh? I think that turned out pretty stinking good. I think I'm happy with that. All right. Well, that job is now done. Sweet. Thanks for watching.